All right, folks, welcome back to yet another episode of Fresh Juice, an indie game podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Tommy Fresh, and joined as always, it is
Matty Juice. What's going on, everybody? Episode 142. And it's been a minute since we've chat because we took a break last week, which I'll admit it was nice. You know, Monday comes around and I'm like, I gotta get ready to record. And then I was like, I don't need to record. I can just play some more games and talk about them next week. So I'm excited to do that. But how you doing, Tommy? How's everything going?
well, it was the worst week ever because I didn't record last week. Actually, for me, just no, I've had a busy week or 2 weeks now. Golly, I gotta even look at the calendar. What the heck have I been up to, man? Won the lottery. That was cool.
Oh, nice.
No, so last week was Lady Fresh's birthday. So we had some stuff planned. We hung out on the Friday. Parents came over. Her parents came over on the Saturday. We went out, and then just kind of like stuff. And then I had to go out to my job, which is I usually stay over for like a long couple days or something like that for our mid-year meeting, which is what we had. And it was also our VP of sales. He retired early, which was cool. It was bittersweet because you're kind of happy for him because you're like, dude, this is awesome. You retired at 52.
Yeah.
You're going to just golf every day for the next foreseeable future. And then, like also he was a really good, coworker, like good boss. So, kind of a bummer there, but it was nice. He, getting choked up at the party and stuff like that. And like even seeing the owners of my business getting choked up about him leaving was like, it was like kind of nice in a way. You're like, this is like good vibes all around. And there was a really funny gift given to him by the owners that had something to do with with New Jersey, which is funny because it's a Pennsylvania-based company, so like something that happened with me and one of my coworkers, it was nice. It was cool.
Nice.
Wow, we're the special ones.
That's awesome. So the gift was related to you and one of your coworkers in a way?
Something that we all went through with the owners and the VP who's retiring. Cool. So it was a cheeky little thing, but that was cool. Golly, I mean, I think it's gonna be a busy couple months with like everything changing at work, so I'm kind of gearing up for that. But what else did I do? Geez,
golly,
I played a lot of video games. I do think I snuck in time for video games. Brought my Switch 2 to my trip so I could play some in the hotel room.
Nice.
Which I don't know how much I actually did because I feel like by the time I got back to my hotel room, I was like not even 3 sheets to the wind. It was like 10 sheets to the wind. It was
so you might have played it. I don't know.
I might have.
Who knows?
I don't know. It was probably good. But I've been picking up a game we had reviewed and kind of playing some more of it. Just because I was like missing it, and I was like, man, that game was really good, and this is the summer of backlogs, and why not hop into a game I did really enjoy.
Yeah.
So that is kind of what that was last week. This week was cool. Just hung out. Went to the beach yesterday.
Nice.
It was a beautiful day. It was like 80 and like sunny and like not humid. Yeah, so Lady Fresh really likes the beach. So I was like, we're going to the beach for your birthday. And then it rained on the weekend of her birthday. We're going next weekend. And then it rained on the Saturday. And I was like, please, Sunday. Sunday, please. And it was perfect. So
nice.
That was fun. Nice. We were in Spring Lake. Shout out Spring Lake.
Yeah.
For any of the Spring Lakers out there. But yeah, now we're back into work mode this week. Another Busy week. I'm glad the World Cup's over. I'm sure you are as well, as we've
Yep.
talked before.
I had to
But
Google if it was over. I didn't
oh,
even.
really?
Yeah, I had no idea. I was like, "When does it end?" And then I saw the final score. I was like, "It's over." I had no
Yeah,
idea.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. We
so
can
that made me happy.
go back to not having to pretend we care. But you know, honestly, the best thing that could have ever happened was the U.S. losing early, because if we were competitive, like
Oh
obviously we
boy.
were a little bit competitive, but if we were like somewhat competitive, there's always the fear that it's like we're a soccer country now, but we're not.
Yeah, yeah.
But
It would have been a
what's up with
fluke
you?
at best.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. For me, let's see. Well, I had my wedding anniversary
Whoa.
on the 12th. So shout
Shout
out
out.
July 12th. But so that was fun. Went out to dinner to a place we've been to a good amount. Alternate Ending. They're a brewery that has really good pizza. So went there. That was a good time. That was also the same day my daughter, Baby Juice, she got her helmet off. She's been wearing this helmet for a few months now, since like April, I think, to like help form the back shape of her head. And yeah, I mean, it's been basically her head shape hasn't changed since like the first week she wore it. So it worked pretty quickly. And yeah, officially got it off, which was great. So she's just been enjoying, especially it's been hot. It's been nice like that she doesn't have to wear it anymore. So that's been awesome. I hired a poop service to pick up dog poop.
A
I
poop service.
Yeah, I was just like, I want to try it. I've heard about this. There's this company called Poop 911, and they literally pull up to your house in like a little car that's branded like Poop 911, and a
Okay.
kid just gets out with his scooper. He's got a bag on his, like, in his pants, kind of hanging out, and he's just listening to music, and he just enters your yard. You don't have to talk to him at all, and he just picks up the poop and leaves, and that's it. So I was like, it was just because like we've been so busy, and our grass is getting a little longer. So like I have a lawn service coming as well, at least for the rest of the summer. I didn't want to, but I sold my mower because it wasn't working. And the person who bought it knew it wasn't working. They're gonna like fix it or whatever. I was actually the person who bought my lawnmower, because it was an electric lawnmower, was someone who runs a lawn care business with exclusively electric tools. It's
Oh,
like that's like
cool.
I forget what the name of their service was, but like that was the whole kind of shtick with the service. So I guess he's gonna fix it. So I'm glad it went to someone that could hopefully fix it and actually use it. And then my dad, he's been helping cut the lawn a bit. But anyway, we got a service. But I was like, I need someone to pick up the poop. I've heard about this poop service, and so I'm gonna try it out for like maybe the rest of the year or so. But it's been good so far. Like it's nice not having to think about it, because God knows my dog goes out there and he's been pooping on
Let's
like the
rip.
deck
Oh.
because the grass has been getting too long. And so I've
Mm.
had to, and it's been like, they're huge. I mean, he's like a 105-pound dog, so he's a big boy, and I'm like, this guy will just pick it up for us. So anyway, started that, which was fun, I guess, to experience that. I'm like, what? The first time the guy was here, I'm like watching him out the window. I'm like, he's picking the poop up, which is what he's supposed to do. I don't know why I was surprised, but
Yeah.
so did that. And then let's see, I had Friday off last week because Baby Juice had a doctor appointment. So took Friday off. That was good. Went over to Porta, Asbury Park, got a nice meatball sandwich. They got great meatballs there, delicious. Had some of that. And then let's see, I don't know, this past weekend, I don't even remember what I did. I think the weather was like kind of crazy, so we were just kind of chilling. um, I brought baby. I was on daddy duty for like Sunday, so I brought her out. Went to Barnes and Noble. She got a new book,
Oh,
which she
nice.
loves books, so she was really into that. And then yeah, honestly, I just been trying. I've been hanging out with her like a ton, just trying to get it all in while Lady Juice is off during the summer. So that's been fun. Yeah, just been hanging out with the baby basically, and then playing some games, obviously here and there. I'll talk about which one I've been playing. I've been posting it on my YouTube channel at Matty Gorm. Check it out. But so I'm sure you guys might already know. But yeah, that's I think that's pretty much everything. There hasn't been like a lot going on. I did see though that I haven't updated it yet, but we both have the Thor, right? The
Yeah.
handheld thing, and we're using Cocoon, which is like the launcher on there. They just released like Cocoon 3.0, which has like a bunch of cool new features and stuff, and I think makes it even easier to use. So I'm gonna update it and see if it's like, I want it to be like super simple to like
Yeah.
add games and all that stuff. So that released over the last week. I just haven't had a chance to really dig in. Um, and then, yeah, I'm going to see J. Cole tomorrow. So by the time his episode's out, I would have seen him already, but I'm excited about that. I've been seeing a lot of cool stuff about his shows that he's been doing. So, yeah, I'm going with Lady Juice, who is not, she likes J. Cole, but she's not, you know, I I had no one else to bring, kind of. And so she's like, "Yeah, we'll just go out." I'm like, "All right, it's gonna be fun. Get ready." But yeah, so that should be fun. But that's been everything, I think, over the last 2 weeks. So
I have a couple questions.
go ahead.
First, what's the going rate on the poop
Oh, so
service?
it's like $20 a week.
Okay.
So it's not like I feel like it's like the equivalent of like if there was some kid in your neighborhood that knocked on the door, be like, "I'll pick up your poop." Be
Yeah.
like, "All right, I'll give you a 20. Here's a 20. Go pick up the poop."
Sure.
Like that's kind of like
So,
you can do it more often. You can do it multiple times a week, and it changes, I think, based on how many dogs you might have and stuff, and the size of your property. But
the dog's
yeah.
diet.
Yeah, dogs die if it's just, too loose to pick up. It's a problem. But yeah, so it's like $20 a week.
Interesting. That is interesting, I will say.
Yeah.
But
I only knew about it because we at my job, like back when I first started, like Poop 911 was like a client of ours.
oh wow.
That I didn't work on like their stuff or anything, but I have a buddy that did, and so he would talk about them, and then so I was like, oh, I'll look them up and see. I was just curious at how much it was, and the first cleanup was free, so just I guess so you can see how it is. But I think we have to do like a minimum of like 10 cleanups, so I'm gonna do that, and then
It's not bad.
see if I want. Then you can cancel whenever you kind of want. So
I mean, it's kind of nice, right? Like, so you're doing it once a week. Are you just kind of like letting the landmines go
yeah,
for
just
the
let
whole week?
Yeah, just let them. I mean, we normally would pick it up once a week,
Okay.
anyway. Like Lady Juice would, but I don't know. She's got so much going. I'm like, I don't want you to have to worry about picking the poop up. But
Sure.
yeah, so just letting it go, and then I mean, he's not. Some days he doesn't even maybe go. Maybe once he'll go. So it shouldn't be that much poop anyway. But I really just wanted it because I knew the guy was coming to cut the lawn and I didn't want to have to go out and pick all the poop up. So I
Yeah.
have the poop get picked up the day before the lawn guy comes. So if there's any poop, it might be one that I have to go out and just move. So anyway,
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, I'm on their website right now,
Yeah. They're a new sponsor, actually,
and
for the show.
did you know that they have a Discord, and so do we,
Whoa.
folks.
Is that the
But
second question?
join. Oh yeah, the second. What was my second question? I've lost it. It's in the poop.
It's in the poop.
No, we have a Discord. It's free for anybody to join. As always, it's in the show notes below. Check it out. You can submit questions and stuff like that. Hang
Yeah.
out, talk about games, and yeah, that's it's pretty sick. So
It is.
let's get into the meat and potatoes. We do talk about video games on this podcast, indie games mostly, but let's crack into the episode. We got a good one for you. It's a game talk. It's the summer of backlogs. I think maybe next week I might review a new game actually that did just come out. I downloaded it, started playing it a little bit last night on the deck, which I'll be replacing. Which that was from a conversation from before the the podcast.
So it
But
doesn't make any sense, but
makes no sense. Let me
you
throw it out
know.
there.
If anyone
Yeah, let
knows
me
how
throw it-
to build a deck, if you could
Anybody know how to build a deck?
send Tom some tips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DM me on Discord. Time for a juicy take.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
And my juicy take of the week is for devs, when in doubt, build a game for the niche community. Okay.
Okay.
And this is actually tying into some news that we have later. There's a certain fest going on Steam, and I saw some trailers for some games. I gotta look up actually the one trailer that I saw. And I was looking at the comments, just like wondering what people were thinking, right? And then like, what the heck? Oh, I should have freaking remembered. Oh, yeah. The game is called Steam to Electric, right? This is a train game, right? So, not going to bury the lead. There is Steam Train Fest going on. The game that I'll be playing for next week is train themed.
Choo-choo.
And I was watching it, and there was like crazy trains on there, right? There's nuts trains. Like, and then they're in the trailer, they're like build a thriving rail network. Okay, cool. Real historic trains, right?
Okay.
And then it shows the craziest train you've ever seen, and then they show the historical proof that train existed at one point. So you're just like, I mean, the train community, which has a lot of layover with the map community, with the bridge community. Overlap. That's overlap with the map community, bridge community, the trading card game community, the video game community at large, who, we all love. And they are losing their mind in the comments like, this is the coolest thing ever. You backed it up. You're giving us the weird niche trains, and we love this. So they took a game that already it appeals to a niche community in general, trains, right? Like a larger niche, but like it's a niche.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, guess what? We're going to get even more niche within this niche. Here's some niche trains. So I was watching that, and I was like, this is brilliant. Why don't devs do this more? Just be like, hey, here's something that you like, and guess what? We really did the research, and this is going to be something you're going to even like even more. So maybe you're even going to learn something about it,
So give me an example of another niche that you think could be tackled by a developer. Obviously trains is one where it's like, like you said, it's niche, but there's, it's a popular niche thing. I guess I don't think niche necessarily means small, right? But
yeah. It has like a dedicated community. I would say, like, if you were doing a fantasy-based game or something like that, and you're like, guess what? The overall theming of this is more Norse mythology. People are like, oh, cool, we love Norse mythology. That's sick. That's like a really cool thing. And then they're like, well, what about, you remember these Norse mythology characters? People are like, no. They're making them. They must be making them up. And they're like, boom. No, this is real. This was in the mythology.
Yeah.
You didn't even know about it. And it was cool. And we uncovered it. And now you're going to experiencing it in a video game.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I think it's a good idea. I mean, like we see this, I feel like, decently often of like, I was just looking at a game that's like a trading card, like simulate, cause that's very popular right now. Like opening packs, like there's a game where you can like do that. Right. And it's like, people are really into that. Or even like, obviously like Microsoft Flight Simulator comes to mind where like people are super into that. And I'm even thinking like, I don't know why my mind went to this, but like, if there was a whole game that was like the guy Ollivander from Harry Potter, who's like runs the wand shop, and
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
game. And then maybe you can make broom, like, but you get really specific with it. I actually just saw another game too. There's like a blacksmithing game where you make swords, and that's the whole game. It's like super in depth of like how you can make the handles and everything. Not my kind of game, but it blew up, on like TikTok and stuff because people were like into that. So I definitely think that there's something here of like, you know, don't be afraid to get like super specific with things. And
Yeah.
I think trains are a trend right now. I've seen a few other train games pop up. One of them I'll talk about in a second. So I think that I think you're onto something there. Yeah.
It's like, imagine this, Matty.
Okay.
Um, Somebody resurrects Midway Games or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, we're making a new Gauntlet game. It's not a Dark Legacy remaster." And we're like, "Okay, whatever. We're still down for some new Gauntlet, whatever. Hopefully, it's good." And
Yeah.
then they're like showing the trailer, whatever, and we're like, "Oh, this looks really cool. This is kind of like giving us the vibe of Dark Legacy, a game that we beloved." And then they're like, "Also, you can still turn into Pojo the chicken." We were like, "What? Are you
Yes.
kidding me?"
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sold, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's great. It kind of reminds me, all right, so this is, I don't know where we're going with all this,
Yeah.
but
This is
there's a restaurant that
okay.
I used to go. You'll know, I won't be too specific here, but there's a restaurant, bar kind of place, beer garden that we would go to that was
Uh-huh.
flooded and they never
Yes.
reopened, and they were known for having these really great pretzels, right?
Yeah.
And there's a new place coming in, and they're kind of changing the whole aesthetic and the vibe of the place, it seems like, but they said they're going to be keeping the pretzel. And so that gets me in the door to be
Yeah.
like, let's see what else you have to offer. I like it. I like it. That's good.
Also,
So
did you
there you go.
see that town flooded again, and that place didn't get flooded because the new owners put in some
Yeah.
anti-flooding, features into their
Yeah.
game?
That's good. That would be the first thing I would install if I bought that
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, I don't know if that's a juicy take or more just like a pitch to people.
Yeah.
Just like,
Hey,
get me.
I think it's useful information. So, yeah.
Surely we can come up with some kind of like tagline for this. If you want to make a wish, you gotta get niche. I don't know.
There you go. Make a wish. Uh don't be on a leash.
Yes.
Target that
Get
niche. I don't know.
target that niche. Yes. Okay. Well, we'll workshop it, but
Yeah. We'll figure
we
it
got
out.
some notable releases this week. First, dinosaurs.
Oh
They got
boy.
blades now.
Yeah, I've seen this game teased on my Twitter feed for quite a while. It is essentially like a Souls-like game, but you play as a dinosaur with a blade in its mouth. And I'm pretty sure, I don't remember if it's a solo dev or not, but I remember him talking about how like I think he just kind of made a little demo with like a dinosaur that had a big blade in his mouth, and he was just like, I don't know, it'd just be fun. And it's one of those things where people were like, "This is awesome," and then so he just built a full game. Again, I don't know if it's just a solo dev, but kind of one of those things that's niche, right? Where it's like people like
Dinosaurs.
dinosaurs, but what about a dinosaur with a blade? So I don't know. It's not out yet. It comes out on the 23rd. And I don't know, it just seemed like a cool kind of concept here. I don't know if it's something I would necessarily play, but there is a demo if anyone would like to check it out.
Yeah, it looks neat. Yeah, I've been seeing this one teased for a while as well. I mean, it's crazy, right? This is a crazy concept,
Yeah.
but so crazy it just might work. So we'll see how
Yeah.
it goes. It,
Plus,
it
great
looks
name
cool.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, Dino
Dino
Blade.
Blade.
It could have been anything, and then you're like trying to guess what it is. Actually, it's just the most obvious thing it could have been. It's a dinosaur with a blade in its mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sharknado, Dino Blade, it's all there,
Yeah.
you know?
What's Rubenites?
This one is really cool. I haven't heard about this one until today, but it is a dark fantasy boss rush action game. And it just seems I don't know, the trailer seemed pretty cool. So there, I mean, the art style looks interesting. Kind of gives me almost like Moonlighter One vibes,
Mm-hmm.
a bit there. And I don't know, just the gameplay intrigues me. It seems like there's interesting mechanics with these bosses. It's got like weird things going on. I don't know, it just seems a little all over the place with what you can do. But I'm really digging the art style. But I really don't know too much about this. It says that there's a unique mechanic called focus to pinpoint enemies' weaknesses and execute thrust attacks. So it seems like that is kind of the way that you can defeat enemies is finding their sort of weak points. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like, you know, like the way Zelda would handle their enemies, where you're like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
that's, he's got a glowing thing on his back. That's probably where he's weak. Something like that. So yeah, seemed kind of cool though. Is this something that interests you?
Yeah, it is. It's really reminding me of. Let me. I think it's no. Is it this game? No, not Death's Door. It reminds me a lot of Death's Door.
Yeah.
If anybody played that, but yeah, this looks awesome. I really like the art style. It feels, you know, just like that elevated pixel art, kind of like the top down perspective as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, with these games, you never know how popular they're going to end up being. But I don't know, was there anything about how many like wish lists and stuff like that they posted? But maybe
Um,
not.
Let me see. I can see like I don't think wish lists are public, but I saw, yeah, there's like 20,000 follows. And over the
Okay,
last week, there's been like an additional 800. So I think it's been trending pretty well. People seem to be getting excited, but, um, yeah, it's, I don't know. Somehow like flew under the radar a little bit, but it seems like a pretty neat game.
sweet, sweet.
Yeah.
Um, let's get into some train games. You know what kind of train this is? This is Everrail.
Yeah, it is.
This is a survival train game. I mean,
There you go.
Matty, is this something that are you hopping on this train? Are you getting on this one?
I might
Are
be.
you saying I'm off next stop?
Yeah, it's early access right now, so I was kind of it came out today actually. So it's already got 59 reviews, very positive. So that I was kind of waiting for the reviews to come in to see if
Mm-hmm.
I should try it out. I've played other survival games that are train focused. There's one called Void Train. And I've never really gotten into like those games because they typically have you like, oh, your base is on the train, right? And for
Mm-hmm.
whatever reason, I don't like having like a moving base typically, even when it's like, I don't know, there's other games where it's like you fly an island around or a ship around and it's your base. Like I don't know why. I just can't seem to get into them that much. But I am intrigued with this one. It's kind of got more of like a sci-fi kind of feel, which I'm into. It's got third person mode. It seems like they're you're using the train not as only like a base, I guess, but also to like explore. Like it seems like you can like go off the rails, I guess. I guess pun intended or whatever. But yeah, so it's I don't know, it seems kind of interesting. I've seen there's another like rail game that is out or about to come out that I think is also another survival game. So there's some battling going on right now with the train survival games, but yeah, Everrail. I don't know. It just kind of came out of nowhere, but it is early access, so I might end up waiting a little bit before I hop into it. But yeah, it's got good reviews so far, so I'm happy about that.
Honestly, you just blew my mind when you said that there was already another, like you had played another
Yeah.
train survival game, and you're like, and there's two coming out this week.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there's this one. This is Void Train.
Void Train, I think I've seen the like not trailer, but like the what do you call that? The little billboard.
Oh
What do you
yeah.
call
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah. This little like
The image.
logo kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've
This
seen
one's kind
that.
of like weird because you're going into these like weird realms, and then you're like attached to the train floating, and you kind of got to like collect things. So it's like I don't like being tied down to like a specific thing I need to do. So anyway, but
Yeah,
Everrail. Yeah.
I get it. I get it. I mean, Train Fest. I can't wait to talk about more trains because the next one to come out is Fogpiercer, which I am playing currently and will probably review next week. But I watched some gameplay of the demo, I believe, or maybe it was like somebody got a little early access to it.
Hmm.
But it's a deck builder roguelike with trains. So I mean, I'm sure a lot of you can kind of figure out the overall vibe of this game based on the name and what it's kind of taking after. Maybe perhaps a Chris Evans movie, but it's really cool mechanics here. You're going along the train. I'll talk more about it next week, but like there's ways to like you're getting like attacked by like bandits and stuff like that. So you're going to like be shooting them and like building up your train cars. And every time you put on a new train car, it looks like you get new cards for the deck and stuff
Mm.
like that. Like each train card does something new. Yeah, it's pretty neat, but I think it's from who's the publisher? Hooded Horse. They've done a couple
Yeah.
big ones. He is coming. Ooh, Nine Kings. Two games that we enjoyed. So yeah, I'm excited to play this one.
Nice. Yeah, it does look cool. It looks pretty polished as well.
Yeah, I think it's in
Um,
1.0. It didn't even do early access. So
oh, very cool. And also just
yeah.
for anyone who's watching, I don't know, something's going on with the Steam trailers with me today where it's like they're a little choppy. They're not actually choppy, it's just me. Because at first I thought it was the game, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. It's like, is this like Chronosphere, Edge of the Chronosphere, where it's like pausing?
Yeah.
But no, it's me. But yeah, this seems cool. Did you know about this before the Train Fest? You were saying, or
I found out about it this week. I didn't even know Steam
uh,
Train Fest was happening, which is kind of like a Steam Train. Steam Train. That's kind of nice.
oh yeah, there you go. I love Steam that they do all these like niche like festivals, right? Like obviously they've done deck builder stuff, but like I don't know, they probably do like Vampire Fest and like
Yeah, oh, yeah, they
all
do
that kind
everything.
of stuff. Yeah, it's very cool because
They
you
they
never
look at
know.
they probably just look at their calendar and be like, oh, we got a couple games coming out like that week that are similar. Let's loop them together. Put that out there to the devs or say, hey, if you want to release your game this week, it'd be a good week to do it. And then you
Yeah,
also bundle in some games that already exist to kind of showcase them. It's pretty smart.
yeah.
Now, the next game is a game that's been kind of hyped up for a while, I feel like, and is finally entering early access. This is Tears of Metal, a crazy game. It's like you are a Scottish kind of warlord, kind of
Mm,
battalion thing. It's a 4-player co op hack and slash action roguelike. It has kind of that kind of voxel feel to it. Maybe not exactly, but your head's a lot bigger than your body. It feels like, but that's just me. That's what voxel means to me. It's like, oh, your head's bigger than your body. But this is a game that I feel like that people have been looking forward to. So coming out in early access on July 22nd. So the day that this comes out. And I don't know, it looks cool. Like it's something that I could definitely see myself hopping into if I, got some buddies to want to rock it. But
yeah.
it's I don't know how the 1-player, experience would compare to the 4-player or multiplayer.
Yeah, it definitely seems interesting. It kind of reminds me of like at first when I was looking at this, I thought it was kind of one of those like not like a battle simulation game, but like maybe inspired by them, right? Where it's like
Mm-hmm.
you have these big armies fighting it out, and obviously it's like simulated, but this is like more controlled, maybe more like a chivalry kind of game, right? Where it's like medieval and you're like kind of going into these battles. It seems pretty cool. Like I would definitely um check this one out. I do like the art style as well. And it seems like a good game where like if you have some like rage built up, you're like, I'm gonna go into Tears of Metal and I'm gonna just kill
Yeah.
everything. Um so yeah, it seems pretty cool. And yeah, I like that it's 4-player co-op as well. That is awesome. And yeah, releasing in early access. So looks like they did release the launch price. It's gonna be $25 with a 10% discount for the first 2 weeks. So not terrible, especially
Yeah.
compared to like a lot of stuff these days. Um,
It was on the
but yeah,
Triple I initiative, I think, last year. So, like,
okay,
it's kind of in line with that Triple I pricing, I feel like.
yeah,
So, hopefully, out the gates is pretty good for, I mean, like, 250,000 people play the demo. I mean, it's crazy. Or demo plays. I don't know if that's different than the amount of people playing it. I'm not sure.
yeah. I don't
How's it?
know what like
But
what.
anyway,
Yeah, I guess that just means people that have downloaded the demo and click play on it, probably.
yeah.
I guess,
But
but very cool.
there is something cool about the idea of, like, you watch like those movies, like even like Lord of the Rings and the battle scenes, and you're just like, what would it be like to actually be in that battle, right? So, like, if it,
Awful. That's what it would be
yeah,
like.
awful, but like, to play as it in a in a game where you're Scottish, I think that sounds a lot cooler. So,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
I
so
also
yeah.
I want to know because you should see the characters. I want to know what this guy does. Does
Yeah,
like what does
yeah,
he do?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
he looks like a doctor,
The
right?
plague
Like
doctor,
the
yeah,
plague
yeah.
doctor. So I'm like, what are his skills? Seems cool, and it looks like 45 handcrafted environments, which is cool. And then it seems like it's like campaign based, right? So like you can join my campaign and help me complete it, rather than it being kind of like, oh, let's do a run, right? Kind of vibe. It's more like a campaign that you're kind of going through. So pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some more trains, because that is the news of the week. First of all, this game Dench Attack, which is like one of the first games that the Train Festival mentioned. Maybe not.
Oh, it might be different
Oh yeah,
for
right there.
right
Oh
there.
no, it's
There it
right
is.
there.
There we
This
go.
game looks insane. It's, first of all, it's already overwhelmingly positive after a week, and it looks like it's like a skateboard train game where you're grinding like a skateboard on these rails.
Is this a
Looks
dream you
insane.
had, or is this a real?
No, this is real. This
you
is real.
know,
They told me.
as I see this gameplay, I have seen this game over the last week or two. I didn't realize it was out. I thought this was like
Yeah,
some sort of like game jam thing someone made. Wow, very cool. This I can see this being replacing what's the game that's below videos normally on TikTok or
oh, Subway
whatever?
Surfer.
Yeah, this is the new
Yeah,
Subway
yeah.
Surfer. It's Dench Attack.
Well,
Very
it's
cool.
funny. They just took the idea of Subway Surfer. Is like, well, what if the subway surfed instead? Like, what if we made the train the character,
What
which is
if the
hilarious.
Subway, sir? Oh, that's great. That could just be the tagline for the game. Maybe that's what this says right here, right
You
there.
know what? It's funny. It's like, I've experienced this even like in my workplace, where I, like, new accounts will open, and I'll ask the guys, like, hey, how did you come up with the idea for this business model? And he'd be like, I just asked Chat GPT, and that's what I did. Right. So, but like, sometimes you just need a stoner on your board of directors to be like, what if people love Subway Surfer?
Dude, what if
Let's
this
make the Subway
Surfer?
Surf.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, this game looks actually pretty sick, to be honest.
it
I
does.
mean,
It
it'll probably
looks
give me
cool.
a seizure, but
Yeah, and I think have I seen, let's see, this developer. I don't remember any of these other games, but um
it does remind me
this
of like Beautiful Joe.
yeah, yeah. This art style is also, I feel like, getting more popular in games. We've played a few that are, it's kind of that like anime comic booky kind of like
Mm-hmm.
vibe. Manga, I guess you would call it then.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Like
it's
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure kind of.
yeah.
I mean, I don't hate it, right? Like this is like a crazy looking game.
Yeah, plus they do have a bundle with Skate Story, which I know people liked as well. Another skateboarding game that's more, I think it's more cinematic um, than like tricks and
Yes.
stuff. But uh, very cool, very cool. Yeah, Dench
Yeah.
Attack. What else? Anything else in the Train Fest catch
I
your
mean,
eye?
everything else is pretty typical. Like
Yeah,
Train Simulator, Ticket to Ride, which is a great board game that has its own digital client, which is cool.
it's crazy
Um,
how many simulators there are. Transport Fever 2, Train Simulator Classic.
dude,
You know?
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I have witnessed online like Reddit threads of people going at it on which is the best simulator. It's like this is like serious stuff.
Wow. Look at this
Yeah.
Subway Builder.
I mean, see, mixed reviews. How could a game like that have mixed? Like they're fighting. They're
Yeah.
like
Wow.
somebody's like, no, this is exactly what Subway should be built like, and
I love it. I love, like, this is awesome. People were like so
Unrailed
into
looks
it.
cool as well. That game looks pretty
It
neat.
does. Yeah.
Is
Little
that like
blocky
another?
vibe.
Yeah, I don't
Co-op
know.
multiplayer game. You got to work together with your friends to build a train track across endless procedurally generated worlds. So you're building the track in this game. Got
It
to get
seems sweet.
resources, get the track pieces down, extend the train track.
Do I like
Wow.
trains? Is this? I
Dude,
mean, I love being on a train.
you ever watch Francis Bourgeois, I think his name is, on TikTok? Well, I know you're
Oh
not,
yeah.
but he's the guy with the camera that like points right at his face, and he loves train. He knows so much about trains. He had a
Yeah.
recent video where like he saw this train, or he was waiting for this specific train. It went by, he was very happy, but then another train came that he wasn't expecting, and this one was like using that whistle like crazy, and his reaction, I showed it to Lady Juice. We were just dying laughing because he's just like, oh my god, like he's just going nuts. And it was so wholesome. Like I love that. Like that's what trains remind me of, is like uh it's just people are like, so usually, I guess, unless they're arguing in
Yeah.
the reviews, but they're very wholesome about trains. Like,
Well, I can imagine that they're not even like cutthroat in like the actual discourse. They're more like, actually, I just think that maybe this probably would have been a better train thing.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Wow, very cool.
I guess
Railroader.
Unrailed had a sequel come out last month, which is kind of interesting. But
Yeah. Interesting.
Train
Interesting.
Fest,
There's so
this is
much.
sick. I know. Cat Isle looks pretty good. This has got to be. There's three
Thomas and
user
Friends.
reviews.
Maybe that's it. We grew up on trains.
That's true. That's
You
true. I
know?
mean, Thomas the Tank Engine was pretty sick. That was, I think, my first toy, like my first plush. My godmother gave me like a little Thomas. Obviously, that's my name. So like it was like it had like a wind up thing in
Yeah.
there, and then it would play all my favorite things in there. I don't know where
Very
that
cool.
is. It's probably gone. Oh man, that's kind of sad that it might be gone forever. Anyway,
Oh man.
so hey, whatever. We're getting older. Time moves on. I will die one day. So the train can't go on forever, except for the one in Snowpiercer, which has a perpetual machine engine but he
Yeah.
needs little kids to go in there and change the parts.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
What?
Uh, let's get to the backlog of the week. First of all, I'll just
Let's
cover
do
it
it.
really briefly. Absalom, I hop back in, I started a new file, and the game just rips so hard still. It's just I mean, it makes me like almost sad that I didn't play it more, like, when I was playing it a lot initially.
Yeah.
And, I'm just happy to be back in it. And it's, it was kind of a gem. Like looking back on that game, I'm going to be like, wow, that was a kind of a little bit of a moment, like almost like a Balatro moment, because I'm seeing a lot of beat 'em ups and like Golden Axe likes,
Hmm.
uh, are being made like more in this style. And, I think honestly, it's got me on that train. I'm like, I kind of want to play more of these. So,
On the train.
yeah, Absalom just such a good game. I mean, it just rips, folks.
Is
If
there
you didn't play it,
anything? Oh, sorry.
what was
Is there
that?
anything like that you recognize as new since the last time you played? Where like that's cool, like a new character, like if they've added anything that at least you kind of picked up on right away.
No, there's no new characters, but I know there's some customizable content as you get further into the game that came out in that first big patch,
Yeah.
which I had kind of followed. But it really, if it's one of those like rare games, I think it kind of came out and was like, you don't really need a whole lot more. This is a very
Yeah.
deep game, really well built out world, and still very difficult, I would say. And you're just like, wow. I mean, it was just so good, and like the art style is just so sick. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, just wanted to give it a shout out that I hopped back in. It's awesome. That soundtrack is still so sick, and yeah.
And it's
So
25% off until July 27th. So
yeah, so
check it out.
snag
It's a good
it.
deal.
I played it on the Switch too, but like, you know, you can throw it on there. Was that a Dead Cells combo? I mean, if you don't have
There
Dead
is.
Cells
Yeah.
and you don't have Absalom, I would say that's a great bundle right
There
there.
you go. Yeah. And it looks like
So,
back in May, they had a crossplay. So
oh,
if
yeah,
you pick it up on any platform, you can play with Tommy and
yeah,
me.
let me
I
know.
don't have it
I'd be
installed.
down.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the we played a little bit of the co-op. It's fun. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. It worked well. Yeah.
So,
It was good.
so you've been playing Palworld. You
Yes.
gave in.
So,
You said, you know what? 2026 is the year I'm going to enslave animals
yeah,
to
exactly.
do my bidding. And
The,
what did it
yeah.
take? What did it take for that to happen? Oh, just a game to hit 1.0. Really, it didn't take much, huh, Matthew?
Yeah. It just took time. Yeah. And then
Just took
I
time.
watched Willy Wonka right before. And I was like,
Yeah,
he's got something. He's a smart guy. He's got a whole empire. Maybe he's onto something.
maybe.
Um, and yeah, so I for those who don't follow my YouTube or anything, but I basically did a video of like kind of my first hour ever playing Palworld. People seem to like it and they wanted me to continue the series, so I've done 2 other episodes of it. So like kind of 3 days of me playing, and people seem to really enjoy like the authentic experience of like I'm doing stupid stuff. I don't understand how any of it works. I do think that there is still some jankiness for it to be a 1.0. There are so many systems in this game where and just there's a good amount of depth to it, but I do feel like there can be some jankiness, even like visually speaking, where there's like pal up, because they have wild pals that are kind of walking around everywhere. And so sometimes they can get caught on something, and they're just kind of like glitching out. Like there's things where I'm like, I would have assumed that something like that would have been fixed. And then even in my first episode where I was playing it, I guess I didn't know what was happening, but there were some pals that were like they were aggroed onto something that apparently, based on what people had said in the comments, like glitched out of the map. So they're just trying to fight like a wall. like through like half of my episode, and I'm like, I don't know how to calm them down, so there's like stuff like that where I'm like, hopefully they patch it, but it's kind of like, I feel like it should have already been patched before 1.0. But I will say, going into this game, and the way people kind of talk about it is like it's Pokemon with guns, right?
Yeah.
That's not really what the game is. Um, it's a survival game that has companions, kind of. That's basically what it is. Of course, there's similarities to Pokemon. You use a Pal sphere to catch the pals. There's different levels of spheres. There's a Mega Sphere, all these different things. But there's definitely that's kind of like where I feel like the similarities drop off, right? Where it's like the way you capture the pals, and of course the way they kind of look, but everything else that they do is not like Pokemon at all. Like I have one of them that's like it's planting seeds for me. It's and then a water one waters it for me. Another one is chopping wood with its antlers. There's a little ranch and there's a little spa area that you said, like it's way more of like a survival game than a Pokemon like game. And there's different statuses that I'm learning for the pals where it's like they're depressed, so you need to like give them make sure they're fed, and make sure, like, that's why you built a little hot tub thing. They go in there when they need to take a break. Like, they actually need to take breaks, which I didn't realize. I thought I could just keep working them, but they will just tell you that they're on a break. They go rest and all that stuff. So you just kind of need to make sure you have the amenities set up for them. But I will say, there there are some really cool pals where, like, I wish Pokemon would do more stuff like this. Like, I mean, there's different sizes of pals as well, it seems like. So like I didn't even think I could I captured a boss that you can just like spawn out, and he can just go fight things for you. You can ride him. There's another one that, like, I was under the impression you could make harnesses, or sorry, yeah, I guess saddles. You can make saddles for the pals, right? And then you ride them. But you can also make harnesses for some pals. And there's one that's like a fox, that's like a fire fox kind of thing, and you make a harness and you can pick them up and just use them as a flamethrower. And I'm like, that's so cool, because it's like, I thought I could just ride them sometimes, but no, they have like different effects. There's like a electric kind of hedgehog looking one that, like, or no, sorry, he's an ice one that you can pick up and throw. And there's like a big ice explosion that happens. So it's very much, I'm still like, my last episode I did is a lot of base building and stuff. And there's still kind of got like that Pokemon trainer vibe, where like that's when you go fight a boss, like it's not just the pal that you're fighting, it's the trainer too. And yeah, I mean, you can even see like this one's got like a big minigun. There's the trainer there. And this is the first boss I actually fought. But yeah, it does things where I'm like, that would be cool in Pokemon, but like, while I'm playing this, I'm not really thinking about Pokemon at all. I'm just thinking, okay, I'm thinking in ways of a survival game, of like, I need to have something that waters my plants. How can I do that? Oh, I have a water pal. Let me have him do that, and then, keep him happy while he's doing that sort of stuff. So, I've been enjoying it. This game has a ton of depth with the pals, obviously, but also with exploring. There is so much. Like, I have barely even scratched the surface. I think this could be like 100 episode thing, where like that's when I'm actually going to get through everything. It really is a lot of fun. I know one of our buddies, Pat, he's played it before. I mean, look at that. Like, these images make you think it's Pokemon with guns, and it really doesn't feel
Yeah.
like that at all. It feels, like I said, more like a survival game. So yeah, I've been enjoying Palworld. I think there's some things they could improve upon. But it reminds me of, for those who kind of followed me when I was playing Once Human, it reminds me very much of that, where there's like so many systems going on. At least Palworld has like tried to teach you those systems in like an easy to understand way, but there's still a lot you need to kind of manage. And in the game like Once Human, there's not really that. But yeah, it's a fun game. I just been playing solo. I have my own server, and obviously you can play with people as well. But I didn't want, I kind of want to just play by myself for right now, just to figure the game out. But there's a ton to learn. I just now in day 3 figured out how to like assign a pal to do a job for me. So that just goes to show you there's a lot to learn. But yeah, I recommend it if you're into survival games. I would say it's a fun one. It's something different that I haven't really experienced before. Once Human had kind of companions that would do stuff for you, but definitely not to the extent of Palworld. So I would say if you're a survival game fan, this is for you. If you're a Pokemon fan, you're not going to enjoy this one. Like, I don't think at all. It's not like it at all. There is PvP though. I haven't explored what that is like. So maybe that's more Pokemon-esque, but it's not like it's turn-based or anything. It's real time, fighting. So yeah, but Power World's been fun. I'm happy I waited until 1.0 because I honestly think if I was playing it earlier and it was buggier than it is now, I wouldn't enjoy it. Because it is still a little buggy. But wow, look at that pal. That's like a big eyeball. I don't know. Yeah, there's so many where I'm like, I mean, there's clearly some stuff inspired by Pokemon, but some of it I'm like, they must have had that Subway Surfer dude on their team to think of that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
like, dude, what if we just had a big eyeball? Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. That
Yeah.
works. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So
Um,
it's fun. It's fun.
I mean, no doubt everybody loves this game, right? Like overwhelmingly positive 161,000 reviews. Recent reviews at 20,000 of them are still very positive. I mean, this is a huge game, right? And
Yeah,
honestly, the best thing that can come from it, and I know that it's not really like Pokemon, right? Like aesthetically, yes, that's kind of what the aesthetic is pulling from, right? There's like hey, like some of these designs are like this is supposed to be this other Pokemon. Like I saw the one that looks like a chandelier. I'm like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
a Pokemon, right? But the best thing that can come from it is like put the ball in Pokemon's court, do
yeah.
something interesting. Winds and waves might be kind of a good start, right, for them, but we'll see. Who knows? But yeah, what kind of questions do I have about this game? Because it's
Yeah.
not really for me, right? But so the multiplayer, how does that work? That's actually what I really wanted to ask.
It's so I just have a dedicated server set up similar to like any other survival game. So it's really like right now, I'm pretty sure my pals are working, even though I don't have the game up, I think,
Mm-hmm.
unless the server goes to sleep. So yeah, really like I haven't played multiplayer yet, but you have your own trainer, pal trainer, whatever they're called. Um, you collect your own pals, and then there's kind of like this box at your little station at your base where you can store them. I think it's called a pal box actually. So I think you would share that with like someone, and then you can have a certain number of pals out around your base. So I guess you would like decide, which one you want to have out because then they do different tasks for you. Um, but yeah, it just kind of works like you have your own character and you just kind of join and play. I guess you have your own quest system too. There's like a bunch of quests, subquests. It's also I forgot to mention this. It's like definitely inspired by like Breath of the Wild, where
Mm.
like there are you can climb anywhere, similar to like Breath of the Wild, but even down to like, oh, you discovered a new area. You know how like there's a little text that pops up in
Yeah,
Breath.
yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they just took it right from Breath of the Wild. Like it makes like
Yeah,
the same sound. It's like or whatever,
yeah.
and then it shows it like uses the same font and stuff. It's very interesting. Like they're going after Nintendo. But um, yeah. So I think it's just like it's like if you remember playing Valheim, it's like very similar, like the way that works. You
Yeah.
join a server. I think you can. There's like community servers and stuff you can join too, or maybe you can even just play single player, like without a server, if you want. Um, but yeah, it's yeah, it works kind of. That's why I'm like, it's just a survival game with pals in it. But I agree. Like, I think as much as I kind of wanted to stay away from this, originally I just wasn't into like the idea of kind of having pals do stuff for me. I've warmed up to it since then, but if this game can do anything, I hope it puts pressure on Nintendo to be like, clear, like they did the work for you, the testing, right? Nintendo
Yeah.
always plays it very safe. Like now Nintendo knows, oh, this sort of stuff can work. Obviously, this one isn't family friendly, I'd say, compared to what Nintendo
Yeah.
might do. But even the idea of like, hey, maybe we should have a Nintendo game where you can build a little base and then your Pokemon can do stuff for you. While you can
Yeah.
build a little home, like even just something little like that, or just exploring different ways to play Pokemon with other people, I think could be
Hmm.
interesting. And there's obviously Poke MMO, which is a lot of fun, but like in a more imagine like yeah, like a kind of is are Winds and Waves, are they
They're
is that
base
like a
games. Like,
Arceus kind of like a third person, or is it kind of like a I
I think
forget what it
there's,
looks like.
yeah, I think it's more like that. I mean, we don't know a lot about it, but I mean, in fairness to Nintendo, I don't think Nintendo like they obviously have a say, but like I think like the Pokemon Company and Game Freak are really the kind of
Yeah.
issues, you know.
Yeah.
Um because like certainly other Nintendo games have taken swings, but I think that, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Winds and Waves. I mean, Pokopia was a big hit, right?
Yeah.
So like, they're definitely doing some stuff, but and I think probably Pokopia was like, hey, like, all right, we'll try to do something a little wacky and weird after Palworld kind of, popped up there. So
Yeah.
who
And
the
I do
frick
think,
knows?
yeah, I think Nintendo sued Pocket Pair over Power World, and maybe Power World had to update some designs. But like, I I hope that Nintendo never wins any of those lawsuits, because then it just puts pressure on them to like do something like Pokopia, right? Like, I wonder how
Yeah,
that came to be, right? Of like, we should do like something like that like satisfies the Animal Crossing fans, because it might be a while before the next one or something like that. Who knows? But I hope that we see more pressure on Nintendo when it comes to Pokemon, because I think for a while people have been like, we've been getting the same kind of thing
yeah.
and with small changes, right? So like, we'll see. I mean, Pokopia, yeah, definitely a step in the right direction, I'd say, with trying things. But like, um, I'm happy
This
that
is
Pal World didn't get like shut down or something
nah,
because of it.
nah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I mean, at this point, I don't think it can be. I mean, I guess maybe it can, but
yeah,
um, I feel like this is a hot take and it'll never happen, probably, but Pokemon should just focus on the original 151 for every future game and try to work within that design space.
yeah,
I know that people like new Pokemon, they can be cool sometimes, but like Charizard is still like the card that people look for in new sets of
yeah,
Pokemon trading card games, right? So like people still like the OGs. So like you and like new kids like the OGs. And yeah, they'll say, okay, yeah, I can already hear the typing, the clacking. There's like, shut up, Unk. You don't know what you're talking about. We like shitty design on our Pokemon and whatever. So, uh, to hell with you, I say. I don't
yeah.
know, but
I agree. Like, I would have preferred if Pokemon took the route of, rather than having all these different generations, they like, the whole idea of Pokemon is like them evolving. So
hmm
what if they just expanded more on that from the original 151? Let's just go back in time and say there was no Gen 2, after Gen 1, and they just were like, we're going to introduce all these new stones that turn, Charizard into something you
yeah,
never seen, right? So it's still attached to the original 151, but I feel like that could have been more interesting. And they have done kind of that with like
yeah,
mega evolutions and stuff, but like, I think that that would have at least put a little bit more space in between the generations, so that like if there was a Gen 2, people would get way more, oh, new Pokemon, you know? Like, what could they do
Yeah.
from this? When I feel like now, at least for us, I'm like, I don't even know what generation they're on right now, you know?
Gabillions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, it's
I
just too
think
much.
they're keyed into it though, because I think like they have these region kind of based, or what do you call them,
Yeah,
like region variants of the original 151. It's like, oh, Sandshrews and Ice Sandshrew now, right? In this one. So, you
yeah.
know, just keep doing that, but also do whatever you want. Your Pokemon. You're still gonna make a fuck ton of money. So,
True, true.
um, but next week, I think I'm gonna review Fogpiercer, and maybe you're probably still rocking on Palworld.
Yeah.
But we do have a couple listener questions. First one, it comes from Capolo, which is, what is your favorite position for reading?
Probably missionary, I'd say. Um, uh,
A wild question. Yeah.
um, yeah. Now, I don't really read that much, if I'm being honest. So at my computer, because that's where I read things, but I don't know. What about you, Tom?
I like sitting down and having it and just like, right in front of me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
that's good.
Just classic reading. I mean,
Classic.
yeah, maybe maybe on my stomach, like, on the bed if I'm like, lounging a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Your feet up.
yeah, feet up, I'll move
Yeah.
my feet around. I was reading on the beach yesterday, so like, just kind of like sitting there
Yeah.
and reading. So, but I get a little wacky with it sometimes, position wise. So, thank you,
Nice.
Capola, for that one. Next question comes from K Moore, who asks, "Will games ever get to the point of Ready Player One? Never seen or read Ready Player One, but I have a grasp on what happens. You get fully immersed in a virtual reality. Is that
Yeah.
correct?"
Yeah. And you have like a character that you assume it, right? Like, yeah. So it's not like it's you there, it's like a character of you. Um I
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I actually think like if that's not the my concern, it's like I think games could maybe get there, but I don't think people will get there, if that makes sense. Like I don't think that there would ever be enough people to like engage in this virtual um like experience. Like think of VR already. It's niche, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's already cool virtual reality experiences, but people aren't that interested in it. And I think even if the games got there, it still wouldn't get enough people invested in it. Because first off, I think it would be super expensive to even get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that barrier. But also people, I don't know. When it comes to games, people like to game how they game. I mean, there's still people playing like retro consoles, you know what I mean? Like they're never going to get into like something like Ready Player One. Um it would be cool to maybe experience something like that, but like I don't even think I would kind of get into that. Uh I don't know, but yeah, it's a long ways away, I think if we were ever to get to that point.
Not in our
So,
lifetime, I don't think. Right?
yeah,
I think
probably not. Yeah, at least not for people like us, maybe for like people who are
because if it gets to
wealthy.
that point, then we're doing other things like that. Probably other things like that will probably exist first. That technology is going to breach into maybe medicine, or like, because like what's like was it Minority Report, where you kind of like go into like different realities? Maybe no,
Maybe,
that's not
yeah.
Minority Report.
I don't
But
know.
like there's been like sci-fi about that. It's like, well, people will want to use that as like an escape and a drug, and like won't want to have to control anything. You just like kind of experience this thing,
Yeah.
whatever. So,
But it would be
and then it'll be
interesting
regulated.
to see if it ever did happen. Or at
Yeah,
least like, but yeah,
we'll
interesting.
see.
Yeah.
R Carp asks, current favorite YouTuber outside of you guys.
Current favorite YouTuber. I'm gonna open up my YouTube right now and see who's popping up here. I watch MKBHD a lot. Who's a tech YouTuber, but honestly, outside of like that stuff, because I'm just watching him for like the reviews and all that. I've mentioned GeoWizard before. I still like watching GeoWizard, the guy who does these challenges of like I'm gonna walk across Wales in a straight line, just these cool adventure videos. Uh, and Yeah, he actually just put up a new one 2 days ago. I haven't watched it yet, but it's called "Can I Walk Across England's Most Tolkien-esque County Using Only Footpaths?" Which it doesn't seem that hard to do, but it's an hour long, and I'll probably watch it while I'm working. So GeoWizard is probably the one I go to still when I want to put something up. What about you, Tom?
I think I've mentioned probably all of these. It's either Wristwatch Revival. It's Marshall Sutcliffe kind of goes in and like basically refurbishes or kind of brings back to life these really nice timepieces. And he's just so good at narrating stuff. It's just like a nice little listen. And then J Rose 11, who does these solo runs on Pokemon Red and Blue, and he does some other stuff too. But he's been trying to do all 151, and I think he's only got about 20 Pokemon left. And basically, he does solo runs where the rules are no items in battle, and then there's a couple other rules. Like you can use other Pokemon to do HM stuff like flying, surfing, whatever, strength. But if your Pokemon dies, you have to restart and keep going. So it's basically seeing who's the best Pokemon to go solo with. Currently, it's Mewtwo, and probably will be Mewtwo. But that one's a lot of fun. Always look forward to those coming out. And then, in terms of indie game stuff, Retromation, I see a lot of good stuff on. Mm-hmm. And then I've mentioned Crime Pays, but Botany Doesn't, which is a good little kind of botany channel. But those are the ones. Yeah. Those are the ones that I'm like, oh, yeah, a new one. And then, like, I watch, like, Northern Lion stuff all the time, but, here and there. Yeah.
Honestly, the thing I've probably been doing most on YouTube lately is, like, I look at my recommended, and I just watch random movie clips. I watched like a clip from The Founder today, that Michael Keaton movie about McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just 7 minutes. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just watch this while I eat like some cereal or whatever. Nice. So I do that for like Breaking Bad, like I don't know, a bunch of other movies and shows. So that's always fun.
Yeah. I get like a lot of stuff in the recommended, like clips from like Futurama and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, I haven't watched that clip in a while. And then also stuff like, this is my daily carry of all the 4 items that I carry with me every day. And you're just like, wow. And then you watch like 3 of them and you're like, all right, everybody's kind of carrying the same stuff. So don't need to watch any more of those. So, phone, wallet, and keys. How about that? Yeah. But that's going to take us to the rec room, where we recommend something that perhaps is not an indie game. What do you have to recommend for us this week?
This is something for Android phones. It's you can I don't know if you can do this on iPhone. I don't think so, but you can install different launchers that basically change the entire experience of your phone. So I've never really done it. I've always used like the Google launcher or whatever. And I don't know, I just decided to get this one. It's called Smart Launcher 6. And I did some research before I got it, and it's awesome. It basically lets me like have my phone how I want it to be, because there was always stuff with the Google one where I'm like, why is this here? Like it just didn't make a lot of sense. So I just installed it. It's been great. It's got probably the thing that I like the most about it is I don't know if like on iPhones they have this, but if I swipe to the left on my home screen, there's like a news feed. And for Google, it would kind of be like tied to like stuff I've searched for in the past. So it was like trying to be as relevant as possible. But the thing is that for a bit there, I was searching like Taylor Swift, or like if Lady Juice had a question, I'd like search something for her. So I started getting like Taylor Swift or like these books that my wife reads like in my news feed. And I was like, I don't, I'd mark like, not interested, not interested. Well, on this launcher, you can just select categories and specific websites that you want to have show up. So I got like, I don't know, rock, paper, shotgun, like the Xbox, Kotaku, stuff like that. So I just have a feed of exactly what I want, which is great. And that's kind of the theme of the launcher is that I can just build things exactly how I want on my phone, which is great. So I should have done it a while ago. But yeah, just shout out to Smart Launcher 6 in case you guys have any Android phones out there. Check it out. They have a free version that I was using at first, and then they have like a lifetime pass for like 20 something bucks. I just got that after I decided I liked it. So yeah, check it out. Smart. I don't know why I guess there was 5 other ones. I have no idea, but it's Smart Launcher 6. Check it out.
Will
If you
I
want to
understand
customize
it
your
if I
phone.
didn't use the other 5 or
Well, you're I mean you're installing Smart Launcher, so I think
on
they're
my Apple
assuming.
Apple iPhone?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
what happened? Oh man, maybe I'll try. See what happens.
What if you install it from the Google Play Store
Yeah,
on your iPhone? Tim
think
Cook will
that'll
have a
work.
heart attack.
Who is that? Is that the Apple guy?
The CEO of Apple.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Who?
That sounds familiar. That
Yeah,
sounds
and
familiar.
he's not going to be the CEO anymore. Like come
Oh
September.
really?
Yeah,
They're
he's like going
bringing
to be
back
like the.
Stevie.
Yep. Yeah, they brought him to the Lazarus pit. He's doing fine.
Yeah,
Um,
sick.
and
Nice.
yeah, but he's going to be like the chairman of the board at Apple or something, and this other guy's going to be CEO. But uh, anyway,
Cool.
what are you recommending, Tommy?
So I just backed this card game on Kickstarter called Here Be Monsters.
Hmm.
A couple of my buds had mentioned it, like over in my Fresh and Buds Discord, and I was like, oh, let me take a look. And honestly, I liked how simple it was, and kind of the indie spirit of it all. Two best friends that wanted to keep in touch during COVID, just to start to, like decide to design a card game together, and it's really neat. It's kind of got this like cool little art aesthetic that reminds you of the old Pokemon cards, but also has like a little bit of like WB Kids,
Okay.
kind of like vibe. Very, very Saturday morning cartoon nostalgia for me. And it's pirates too. Pirates are fun. So, checked out the Kickstarter. Saw that you can get a demo deck for free. You just have to pay the shipping. So I got the demo deck, played a little bit with Lady Fresh, and I was like, this game's sick. She likes it. I mean, well, I don't know if she likes it, but she agrees to play it with me. But I think she likes it. But it's cute, it's fun. I think it has some depth to it as well. I think that like I could see it going places. But they're doing a really cool business model that not a lot of trading card games do.
Mm.
And they're calling it more of an expandable card game rather than a trading card game. So usually there's trading card games and there's living card games. A living card game is when you just buy the set and it's the whole game, right? And you can deck build with it and blah 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 blah. You don't have to buy booster packs or anything like that, as opposed to trading card games where you have to buy the booster packs and open the stuff and there's rare stuff. This is a combination of both. They are offering the consumer to buy the whole set, or you can chase the rare cards in a booster pack. We'll have like alternate arts and foils and stuff
Mm.
like that. And they're gonna do one set a year, which I think is like nice. Like Flesh and Blood's doing like 3 sets a year, which is cool. I like it a lot. But something like this where it's a little bit less competitive and more casual, it's like, oh yeah, we had fun with it this year. Let's see what they're gonna offer this next year. So
Yeah.
really cool people. I've been hanging in their Discord. Both the creators are in there just chatting all the time. It's just like, they're really receptive to feedback, and they want to know what people think. So yeah, I would check out the Kickstarter. I think probably ends around when this podcast comes out, but I think you can do late pledges and still get the benefits of the campaign. So they
Okay.
already hit 90,000, which like they hit like a ton of stretch goals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean hopefully they hit like the 100,000 by the end of it, which is in 29 hours. So that's usually when like a lot of people hop in and be like, you know what, I'll do it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think you probably,
Anyway.
I think on Kickstarter you get added to like the ending soon lists or whatever. And people
Yep.
are browsing that. Yeah. That's cool
Yeah.
though.
And
That's
it
an
was
awesome story.
yeah, it's cool. You know, I'll have the demo deck. Demo deck's cool because like you play with one deck and both players can play with it. We'll have to play sometime. I think you'd like it as well. So
Yeah.
it has more of a board gamey feel.
So with the like I didn't know about like living card games and trading card games. So like basically how is it a hybrid of the two? Is it just because they're only going to release once a year like expansion, so it's not like as often as a trading card game?
Well, you can buy a playset of the game, right? Like there's
Yeah.
no real rarity of the cards. But if you buy the booster boxes that are more like a trading card game, you have the opportunity to find like rare alternate arts and foils and stuff like that.
So they're not
So
they're like it's basically kind of like you buy a board game and then you're like, I want to try to get the holographics or whatever for like these cards. So I'm
yeah,
going to buy
yeah.
packs and see if I can get them. But it's not
Exactly.
new
So
cards. They're the same cards. They just look different.
yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
like imagine, you know, Pokemon like base set, which we all are familiar with. Imagine you could just buy every single card, but they're not foil. But if you want to chase the foil Charizard, you still
Yeah.
can, you know.
Okay.
So
Cool.
and
Yeah.
this is one other thing that I really like what they're doing. There's all pirate themed or whatever. One of the things you can open in the booster boxes is a map card. And the map card will have 3 different pieces of artwork from other cards in the set. And you have to kind of go on a scavenger hunt to figure out what 3 they are. You take those 3, you mail it to them with that map card. They mail those cards back to you with a really rare like card. So
Interesting.
yeah,
is
like
cool.
fun
Yeah.
little scavenger hunt, pirate treasure,
Yeah.
yada yada.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully they manage all that mail well.
yeah, well, you know, I think I don't, you know, I don't think the player base will be huge off the rip, but they're getting some good coverage. Team Covenant has some, which is a YouTube channel /store. That's where you get the demo deck from. It has some good content on it right now. So if anybody's
Nice.
interested, I know there's some crossover with the TCG fans out there. So
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
anyway,
Awesome. Yeah.
another banger. Next week I'm gonna be piercing some fog. But you can find me on socials, or mostly at Fresh Buds Pod on Blue Sky. Fresh and Buds is my other podcast. Huge 5-year anniversary show coming up.
Woo!
We got Obama. It's pretty sick. This week we
Michelle
have
or
Mr. Viz
Barack?
on. We got the whole family. We got the whole family. So
amazing.
it's going to be crazy. But yeah. Mr. Viz this week. My friend Gary. There's some exciting stuff happening with him. And then next week we'll see. But where can people find you? Oh, people can find us on socials at Fresh Juice Pod everywhere. Where can people find you?
Find me at Matty Gorm, Gorm. If you're looking forward to more Palworld, I'll be doing that. Plus, I'll be posting some other games too that I just need to carve out time to play. But maybe you'll see some train games. Who knows? You might.
Juice. Goodbye.
Bye.